Channel, and thank you so much for watching. Today I wanted to do a tutorial on this look here. This is kind of a spring summery glowing skin look. So I've been loving doing this foundation routine. I'm going to show you. It just makes my skin look super glowing and radiant, and yeah, just really fresh and healthy and just beautiful. And I've actually gotten a lot of compliments about my skin when I'm doing this. I decided to sit down and film it for you guys. If you are interested, please keep on watching. So I already primed my skin by using the Bliss Triple Oxygen Serum and Moisturizer. I just love this combo. It makes my skin so fresh. Then I'm going to go in with a eyeshadow primer. I'm using the Primer Potion by Urban Decay. And I'm going to start by putting that on my eyelid using my fingers. Then I'm going in with a Mercier translucent setting powder and just powdering over the lid to make sure that my eyeshadow will be easy to blend. Now I'm going to start doing my brows. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow in the color Chocolate, and the brush I'm using is actually from the new Real Techniques Eyebrow Set, and I absolutely love it. It's perfect to fill in my brows, and yeah, I recommend you try it. When I finished filling in my brows, I'm gonna go in with a Maybelline Cover Stick in the color Ivory. This is a concealer, and I'm using it to carve out my brow and highlight my brow bone. Then I'm going in with a Too Faced Natural Matte Eyeshadow Palette. I love this palette. It has so many usable shades, and I've actually used it quite a lot. I'm starting off with the shade Honey Butter, which is a perfect transition color, peachy brown shade, and I'm blending that into the crease with my Sigma E40. Then I'm going in with the color Heaven, which is a light matte shade, and I'm using that to set my underbrow concealer and highlight the brow bone. Next I'm going in with my favorite color of the palette. This is the shade Chocolate Cookie, which is a very nice warm brown shade, and I'm using that to blend in the outer parts of my crease with my Real Techniques Duo Fiber brush. I really like this brush because it makes blending so easy, and it also doesn't give too much product right away, so you can build up a really nice shadow. Next product I'm going to use is a highlighter by Ofra Cosmetics in the shade You Do You, and I'm going to put that all over my lid. Then it's time for eyeliner. Although this is a very light eyeshadow look, I'm still going to do liner just because I always have to do liner. And I'm using my favorite liner in the whole world, which is the L'Oreal Superliner Perfect Slim. It just makes it so easy to put on your eyeliner and make that perfect wing, and I've been using it forever, and I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. It's just so great. Next up, I'm gonna go in with mascara. I'm using the L'Oreal Volume Million Lashes So Couture mascara, which is also my favorite. At this point my camera's battery actually died, so I just finished off the mascara without you, and we're gonna start the skin. To prime my skin, I'm using the Nivea Men Aftershave Sensitive Balm. I've been loving using this as a primer. It just gets kind of sticky, and it actually makes my foundation stick very well. Plus it's a moisturizer, so it makes my skin really soft and nice. For foundation, I'm using my NARS Sheer Glow foundation, but I'm also mixing a little bit of the Gerard Cosmetics BB Plus just to get a little bit of extra glow. I've actually done this both with the BB Plus and without it, and it actually doesn't matter that much, but I still think it gives me kind of a nice extra glowy look. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mix the two products on the back of my hand using a brush, and then taking my very damp beauty blender and start blending the foundation mix all over my face. I really like for this look for my beauty blender to be more moist than usual, just to make sure I get that perfect dewy look. For concealer, I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. I've been loving this product for I guess 6 months now. It's just absolutely amazing. I think the applicator is just perfect and it goes on so smooth and just such a thin layer of concealer so it doesn't get cakey under your eyes. Just putting that under my eyes and blending it out with my beauty blender. Next I'm going in with a YSL Touche Eclat concealer highlighter pen, and I'm putting that a little bit below the concealer just to give kind of an extra glow. I love this product. It's just perfect for getting a very glowy complexion. And I'm putting that also on top of my brows, in the center of my forehead, down the nose and on the chin, just to make sure I have that perfect subtle highlight all over. Then I'm taking my beauty blender and blending it out. I'm trying to be careful when I blend it down my nose because I just want it to stay in the line that I put and not to blend all over. Next I'm going in with my Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette, and the color I'm going to use is the color Dim Light, which is a peachy tone. And I'm going in with my brush real good just to make it kind of like a loose powder. Then I'm just going to dab my brush lightly into the Mercier translucent setting powder to set my under eye concealer. And you can see all the loose powder that's coming off. That's okay because we really want this to be a light cover of powder and not to get too powdery. I'm also going to set other areas of my face, such as the chin and forehead, with the same mixture of powders. And I'm going in to bronze my face, but first I want to take a little bit of the setting powder just to set the area before I go in with the bronzer. If I don't do this, I sometimes feel that my bronzer gets a little cakey and messy. And I'm using the Hoola bronzer to go on and bronze my face. I do this before I do the contouring because I want it to be more of a all over bronzy glow. Then I'm taking the Balm Bahama Mama bronzer to contour my face, and I'm just going under my cheekbones and yeah, just lightly going up on the forehead, and just be careful not to put too much of this product. To make sure that my contour is perfectly glowy like the rest of my skin, I'm taking the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster and just lightly going over. Next up, I'm going to use a cream highlighter to act as a base for my powder highlighter. I'm using the L'Oreal Lumi highlighter in the shade W101, I think. And what I do is I take the tiniest amount in my Real Technique stippling brush, and I'm just very carefully dabbing it onto my cheekbones. But you have to be careful because you've already put powder and you don't want it to become messy. For blush, I'm using my favorite blush. This is the Milani Luminoso Baked Blush. It's just a perfect nude, peachy shade with the perfect glow to it. I'm then going in with highlighter, and this is the Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlighter, and I'm taking my Real Techniques fan brush to dab that onto my cheekbones and just lightly going onto my forehead. Then I'm going in with a setting brush and the Champagne Pop highlighter from Becca. This is my absolute favorite highlighter. It's just so beautiful and the highlight is just perfect. So I'm going in with that on top of the other highlighter and also a little bit to highlight my brow bone. Then we're taking the third highlighter. This is the Mary Luminizer from the Balm, and I'm using this to make a tiny little highlighter dot on my nose and just blending it upwards, and also to put in my inner corners of the eye to make them brighter. At this point I realized I forgot to finish my under eye, so I'm going back into the Too Faced Natural Matte palette and the chocolate cookie color. I'm just going into the outer crease and then going into the Opera highlighter in the shade You Do You and going under the eye. Then I'm going to take the same mascara I used earlier and just putting a thin coat on my lower lashes. Now we're going to start the lips. I'm using the YSL Plump Up as a lip primer and to make my lips look a little bit more full. I'm then going in with a lip liner from ColourPop in the shade BFF2. This is a very nice nude peach shade, which is going to go perfectly with my lipstick. But the lipstick I'm going to use is the MAC Kinda Sexy. And I'm just putting that one all over my lips. It's just such a perfect nude peach matte shade. And to make my lips pop even more, I'm taking the Hot Makeup Luscious Lip Gloss in the color Castle, and I'm going to put that just in the middle of my upper and lower lip, just to make my lips a little bit more three-dimensional, and it just makes them pop even more. So this is my finished look. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you so much for watching. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Bye! What's that? Oh, that's my dishwasher. And over there. Oh my...